flip in my room. Holy, put my seat back down. Shit, broken ass chair, bro. You continuing play? Oh my gosh. Continuing playing this shit. What do you do with a drunken sailor? What do you do with a drunken sailor? What do you do with a drunken sailor? So fucking nothing else here.
Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot.
Ooh. Anything to look at here?
I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages.
This house big as fuck, bro. How
I
can
thought
we
maybe
afford
she
this?
was hiding presents. It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that.
Holy crap.
I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could. If there's a pattern in all these stories, I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
That's probably because they die at fucking 11 years old each fucking
Goodbye, everyone.
person.
I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years.
In the basement for 30 years. That can't be healthy.
On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow. But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything. Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly. And then one day, everything just stopped.
That thing just say 2007 or Metro.
Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid. It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave. Well, I still can.
Fuck do I go, bro? Oh shit.
I know it's out there somewhere. Whatever killed Barbara and Molly and Calvin. Maybe this is all a mistake.
Why is he golden? It's a bronze, bro.
But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me.
Strange.
Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it. I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food. I don't mind if I only have a year left.
Who are we again? Sven? I don't know. Or is he still alive? I don't remember what Sven was.
Or a month. Or a single week. I'd be happy with one new day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
Marked by a train?
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here.
Down here for 30 years, bro. I'd crash out.
I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me. Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter. But if she never told me about an uncle under the house, I can only imagine what else she was hiding. I don't want to make the same mistakes she made. Trying to bury something that's still alive.
What am I looking at?
Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe 2, I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself and found out what happened to everyone else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real.
That boy really get marked by a damn train, bro? Ass. Oh, this shitty location for a train, I don't know.
I don't know if I should even be writing this. Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me. But I thought you should know about your family. And the history you're a part of. Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now. I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth.
I think we're supposed to go this way.
And when you look at the house, that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness, any of it seems possible. I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it. What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house?
That's not crazy with you.
It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one. 3 of the gerbils are mine, and 2 ain't my
Zerpy,
fault.
Lurpy, Furpy, Chirpy, Burpy, Derpy, Derpy Jr. Zoe, Coco, Tucker, Charlie, Daisy, Lucy.
Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
This bitch died 2 days after her 10th birthday. That's so nice.
I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away. She could see it poking out of the water at low tide. Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night.
Still there, huh? Why is the telescope like shitty ass circles? That would be easy to make a freaking perfect circle, bro.
Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from. She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us.
Sound JC on this? Oh yeah, I see. He died at 76, 86, 96. 36. Yeah, that's the end of still, bro. Why are they dying before
There's
this?
so many things I wish I could ask my mom now.
So ass.
Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself. But looking back on it now, if she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
So this is for... Wait. This girl's 17, I just realized that. What are we doing? Bitch is 17. She's pregnant. Bye.
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common. They were both pretty intense.
Feels strange.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
Hmm? Am I gonna have to shoot anything?
It's a hunting trip, Dawn. Shooting is strongly encouraged. Perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. That camera's older than you are.
Aw. You're right, Dad. It's starting to clear up. Still freezing, though.
I'm not supposed to take a picture of it now, bro. This camera's fucking ass. Just random shit.
Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee. Nothing quite like being outside.
What?
Hey!
That's a keeper. Hold still while I take a picture of you.
I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Don. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Don, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years. Last
I'm not
Don, don't you
just
think
supposed
you
to
can
be.
find something more interesting to photograph? Your grandpa Sven taught us how to fish, how to build a fire. We found an old logging trail with deer everywhere. I bet if I could remember where that trail was, we'd spot a buck for you in no time. Give me a minute to check the map.
Dad!
Good eyes, Don. Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
Dad,
Let me give you
do I have to do this?
Don, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you need to be strong. Now keep your steps. Great shot,
Interesting.
Don!
I like that game mechanic. Kind of cool.
I'm proud of you, Don. Always remember that, okay?
What the? Yo! What the?
Sorry, Don, just gotta reset the
Sorry.
timer.
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally
silly.
normal, Don. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about...
Dad!
No way.
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
No way. That's crazy. So her mom was only what? Her mom died this year. Oh, my game. 78, 88, 98, 08. 48. 48. Still pretty young, bro. 808, 08, 808, 08, live in freaking Vietnam. That dude is 33. I'm gonna lie, this Jigga did not look 33. I'm gonna lie.
Instead of hiding from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
Hey, what? What do I do?
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
Fucking pretty much everything, bro. I didn't say put it back, doofus. Piece of shit.
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it. I think he saw things the rest of us don't.
The music weird. What do I even do?
Send over Gregory. It's time to... Hold on, sweetie. Hello? Sam, I told you I don't want to talk right now.
I wonder what he saw. He reminded me so much of
That scared me.
lost in his imagination. Whatever it was, he saw.
Gonna knock the fucking G off or what? Gregory trophy earned. Knock all the letters to go to name in the bathtub. Got it. Let me see something real quick. Gregory died at 1 year old. Probably drowned in the bathtub or something.
Sure made him happy. silly it sounds. That I worried about a baby being too happy. But I could feel him slipping away.
Sorry about that, Gregory.
I know you did everything you could. Maybe if I hadn't called that night.
Damn it. Hold on, I don't want Gregory to hear this.
Gregory, a 1-year-old, bro. I freaking knew it.
I wish you could have told us about the world we saw.
Knew this was gonna happen.
There's so much I don't understand about Gregory. About everything.
R.I.P. The baby.
But I know what happened wasn't your fault.
Oh shoot. I'm supposed to go under.
I'm sure he's happy.
That's why he's green, because he's choking.
To be happy too.
Because he's dying.
Good luck, Kay. Love, Sam.
Actually, Loki sad as hell. That was... Wait a minute. Sam and his wife? His wife is Kay? I don't know. Greg, be a baby. I miss her.
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died.
Fucking rock wall in the house.
At the time, it was as far away as she could get. I can't imagine what it was like. She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
Indian. Oh, fuck, that means I probably stink low key.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Lewis was born a year later.
Brother. 808.
When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back.
Thyme, sage, and basil.
The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that. And for a while, things were good. Almost normal. But it didn't last. The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle. After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings.
Look at it. So this dude was only 11 too. This dude's really good at fucking dying. It's 92 dash. What's this guy still alive? Well, it does say 2003. Maybe that was just when he was lost, huh? Imagine this was a fucking room, bro. Insane.
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
Flip again, a flip. Never finished it.
I was 4
Should
when
ever get a
Milton
drawing.
disappeared.
Just draw a whole thing in 5 seconds.
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors. Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
Is there anything else in there that I need? Piece of shit. This thing probably like snap or something. Have I not been in here? This door opened before. Cheat code keys. Did come in here. Okay. Guess I maybe haven't been here.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Louis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
Cannery.
Everyone always told me to stay out of
Closer look,
Louis's
trophy
room,
earned.
except Louis.
All peepholes and telescopes long enough to hear this commentary. So it's the last people. Hold on. What?
Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation.
Lewis. 22.
As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your
22.
son to
Probably
seek
OD'd.
treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery, but he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to wander.
What? Good.
I asked him to describe it. He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth.
Me.
He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats. And toads.
I was a multitasker.
And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more. I worried about him then. Daydreaming at the cannery, I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first.
I even need to be doing this with the
Told me
fish.
he'd made a new friend.
I just don't do it.
On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians. And songs for them to play. He talked about
Is Baldur's
starting a
Gate 3?
band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination. So he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for men. And 21.
Mario. Luigi.
They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him. He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville. St. Louis. He started drifting away from our reality. Minneapolis, until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Louis kept sailing on. In Louisburg, he heard rumors of a handsome queen.
Handsome queen? What does this mean? Beautiful prince, why are they like...
The queen was on her own quest for sinister serpents. He followed the sound of her electric sitar.
I wanted the other one. Electric sitar. The stupid instrument. Sitar.
His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound. He knew the world was all in his imagination.
Is that supposed to be the plan, bro? Is that what y'all do?
But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king.
But it was all on the meth. Look at this dude. Look like a stranger.
For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Louis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace.
I don't think this is salmon, to be honest.
My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him. He began to forget the world we know.
Legalize marijuana. Is this his trippy kit? See that right? It's my trip. It's my trippy kit.
I think it pained him to remember Louis, the cannery worker.
Is that on spark something? I guess I only can. Don't blow it. Just as far as I can throw it. To make my blunt some more. I see light.
He began to despise the man with a royal contempt.
Oh, he's doing nothing with the brain rot. Brain rotted by the fishes.
I still thought I could save
The
him.
weird fishes and our piggies.
Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder.
Need someone to...
The palace would be packed with his companions. Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on inviting him. His queen waited, holding his crown.
Bitch fat as hell, bro. Talking about.
There was only one thing left to do.
Handsome queen, bro.
Bend down his head.
What the fuck? The fucking guillotine.
And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
What the fuck? Hold on. How did he die? That's like
My
crazy.
brother was
Bro.
really cool. I wish you could have met him.
He murked himself, I guess, and he was only 21, not 22, I guess. People gotta stop committing suicide.
Lewis and I spent a lot of time
Underland
playing games
Turbo, that's a
together,
fucking
but he was
SNES,
surprisingly
bro.
bad at them. He died a lot.
And then he fucking died in real life. Is that all here? That's here? Alright, well. Is she like crying or is that? Dude! Oh my gosh, that's not what I did. Could be breaking me right now. At least we're still gonna. Maybe we can like make that jump. Alright, well. Fuck do we do now? I'm looking it up. You missed something. Okay, I do not know how I missed that door. Am I retarded? You gotta be kidding me right now. How I missed this. Oh, gotta get crashed out. Recommend you cash
On the way
out.
back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left.
Kitchen all the way up here. And this taxes gonna be crazy.
My mom ended up leaving everything behind.
Yo, you ever played What Remains of Edith, Finch, or your brother? This game is crazy sad, bro. Yo, you ever played What Remains of Edith, Finch, or your brother? This game is crazy sad. I recommend you cash out. Oh, so.
What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner.
Wait, I mean it.
But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night. That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
As a meanie. Just got some things going now. Alright, where's my present?
the power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom said the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
Freaking mini so.
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning. Okay?
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out.
Shit, stick drift was selling me.
It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground.
What do I do now? It's too dark to see shit. Okay, well, why did the words activate when I went that way if I can't go that way?
There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years.
Or ready to walk to the old house?
God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way.
Oh shit.
I got turned around. I started seeing things. Things I'd forgotten had ever existed.
Oh, that's shit.
But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them.
Oh.
Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it. Let go. I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car.
Meanie mom, looking at my
I
gimme
never saw
gums.
Great Grandma Edie again. The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot. She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you.
Her daughter.
I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this.
she get fucked by then.
If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is. This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you. And tell you all these stories myself.
Am I in her vagina or something right now? What the fuck?
But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way.
I'm literally in her vagina, bro. What the fuck? What the fuck? That's so strange.
This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
Fucking game. So sad as hell. Thanks, Johan. Alright, well. Let me get the plat. We have to redo. We have to redo Molly's story, so we get the owl shit. Replace the trophy earned. What was the first thing you did again?
I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole.
What are you doing?
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat.
Gus. We never went through Gus's story. Who the fuck is Gus? You finally guess the story, bro.
The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it. My Halloween candy was all gone.
Time for the toothpaste.
I kept eating and eating. I ate a lot of things that night. Then I heard chirping outside my window. It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her. And suddenly, I was a cat.
Look, you bitch.
I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
Speed run out there.
I jumped and I almost got her. I could tell she was getting really tired. Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird. I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass. Rabbits. I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger. A mama
All
rabbit.
type shit. I'm just getting achievements right now. Trophies. Hell yeah, great out. Trophy earned.
She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
I can replay Gus's story, but I've never even played it. Weird.
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet...
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least.
Hold on.
Not very hard. Before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard. father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart. I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met me, we don't need a stepmom, were the words that
I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
This guy's kite probably got killed.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined, and as a sign held up his middle finger. The wind picked up, and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent. The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made.
Why the hell is everything gone?
The thunder sounded
That
much
dude's
too
messed
close
up
and
with
full of
statue.
angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder."
Freaking hurricane, bro.
I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't. Until we found you.
She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
Not all the stories, bro. Everything ends trophy earned. Finish all stories. Yeah, it is. What do we do now? We have to take both paths to the Housington.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house. I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms. Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately. I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral. In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know, or she thought the mystery would be enough to bring me back. The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to. The woods around the house have always been
All
uncomfortably
roads trophy
silent,
earned. Take both paths to the
as if
house.
they're about to say something but never do.
Alright, now let's do Sam's.
Instead of hiding from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna look perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? Please just take the damn picture.
Hey, language.
Did you want to get a picture of me or what?
Wildlife photography trophy earned. Alright, now I have one final trophy. Replay Calvin's story. Do you have to do the whole thing?
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin, and that he never talked about him. I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom, and he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again, and he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Sam! Calvin! Dinner's ready! Coming!
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that.
Calvin! I'm not gonna tell you again!
Maybe if the wind hadn't picked up. Then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother. The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
I feel like that's low-key, should be placed to fucking swing.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
Loop-de-loop-de-loop-de-loop. Trophy earned. All done. Trophy earned.
After the funeral, Edie
There's
wrote
our
off
flat.
Calvin's half of the room.
Well, I guess that's it. Good game, Loki. That's a stream.